Hello everyone. Is there anyone still remember Dan Barber? The man that we met in our self-study TED Talk. His TED Talk is so inspirational that I was moved by what he said about the future of cooking. So I typed his name on the Google and trying to understand the philosophy of his life, and I found another video, and it's also TED Talk, a surprising parable of foie. The reason why I want to recommend you this TED Talk is because I believe that we should be aware of our Earth is dying, and the scientists also alarm us that we should stop wasting the wasting resource of the Earth. So there is a popular word in the recent year, you may heard about it, called sustainable development. And actually, this is the main idea of this TED Talk. And I will also introduce what he said in the TED Talk and how he used his way to change the world. Okay, let's get started. In this TED Talk, he said that the test experience in Spain is amazing. He said that he saw the future of cooking. How? What he actually saw. He started his TED Talk from the controversy of foie gras. You know, maybe you know, you don't know. The way to produce foie gras is cruelty. But in his word, he said it's freaking delicious. He said it's fatty, it's sweety, it's silky, it's unctuous. It makes everything else you put in with taste incredible. Then a friend of his introduced him a Spanish Eduardo Sosa, who is doing what he called natural foie gras, natural. And how Eduardo treat to the geese, he said, I just give geese what they want. Cool. And in the end of the TED Talk, he used a quote to remind us that we take two more, we sell two more, we waste two more. If all the insects disappear, life on the earth, as we know, it will disappear within 50 years. If human being disappeared, life on earth, as we know, it would be flourish. Yeah, that's bloody truth. So what controversy of foie gras really is? Even it's outlawed in Chicago and California, and there is even a famous chef in San Francisco being attacked just because he put foie gras on his menu. It's all because the way to produce foie gras is so cruelty. The way is called garbage. That means force feeding. Farmers force feed tons of grain down its throat, more grain in a couple of weeks than it would ever get in a lifetime, so its liver expands by 8 times. That's how 99% of foie gras produced nowadays. That's such a tragedy. The man, Eduardo Souza, as I said, he produced natural foie gras. What natural foie gras is? To take advantage of when the temperature drops in fall. Geese gorge on fruit to prepare for the harsh reality of winter, and rest of the year they're free to roam around Eduardo's land and eat what they want. No garbage, no force feeding, no factory-like conditions, no cruelty. Even the fence of the farm is made for the geese. The electricity on the fence is only on the outside. The result is that the geese really enjoy living in this farm and eat 20% more food than normal ones. He also said the land is incredible, like Garden of Eden. And Eduardo and his family devote their lives and finally transfer this extra hard land into a testing menu just because they're trying to upgrade the environment where the geese lives. More ironically, the food the geese eat, like figs and olives, can make more money than foie gras. But Eduardo doesn't care. He let the geese eat what they want. He even saw that the wild geese fly into the land to stay. Amazingly, it breaks our concept like geese fly to the southern area when winter comes. Eduardo said no, the geese just find a place they can live happily. I think these are the most powerful evidence that the geese are happy. Eduardo truly gives geese what they want. Eduardo said the foie gras nowadays is an insult to the history. The history is that the Jews invented the foie gras by accident. They just luckily find the geese and ducks, which is a lot of food preparing for the winter. Then the Pharaoh knows. Yeah, the Egypt Pharaoh. The Egypt Pharaoh demand the Jews should supply enough for everyone, every season, every day. If they can do that, they will be killed. So garbage is what they invented in that moment of fear for their lives. Same history as agriculture nowadays. Mega farms, feedlots, chemical amendment, food processing, all of it, our food system. That's also an insult to history. Whether we are talking about beef cattle, or we are talking about broccoli or fishing, which wholesales are going out of business. We need to stop treating the planet as if it were some kind of business in liquidation. We can start by looking to farms like Eduardo. Eduardo farmer that rely on nature for solutions, for answers, rather than imposing solutions on nature. We should listen to the nature's operation instruction. Eduardo shows us that there is a ecological choice for food is also the most ethical choice for food, and is also almost always the most delicious choice. How does Dan Barber change the world? Dan Barber is now a chef of Blue Hill in New York City. He cooperates with breeders, helping them to know what their goals. You can see these tiny carrots, cabbage, white radish, and beetroot. As he said, these are sweeter, these are more nutritious, and more delicious. More importantly, the farmer can plant more efficiently. They can use less water to plant it, they can use less land to plant it. He built a relationship between farmers with agriculture, thinking of utilizing the whole farm. He also became the voice of the farm to table movement by very consciously. He cooks with the seasons. He used what comes from the farm today. As he said, the power of the chef is big nowadays. He used the power to promote sustainable cooking, sustainable agriculture. I really appreciate his movement. And that's my reference, Chef's Table. And Dan Barber is the main character in Chef's Table first season, second episode. It's really a great documentary series. I highly recommend you to watch.